Getting a lucky break in both the crowd and the rain clouds, Howard Alonso ducked under a blue tent and into a relatively short line at Jesse Owens Park on Wednesday afternoon. Hours earlier, hundreds of mostly Black and Latino Angelenos had been waiting there, hoping to get their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine. "My family members all came like a couple of days ago and got vaccinated," he said. "Then I got a text message from them." Indeed, to find this site, the newest in South Los Angeles, you pretty much have to know someone who knows someone. Forget about scouring government websites or scoring secret access codes to the state's joke of an online appointment system, MyTurn. Personal referrals, paper flyers and Google Forms are the go-to tools here. Well, for now anyway. The timeline isn't clear. But whenever Blue Shield of California begins managing the state's disjointed system of distributing vaccines to counties, pharmacies and healthcare providers, everything could change. And that's what Los Angeles County Supervisor Holly Mitchell fears most. While the state's rollout has been chaotic by any and every stretch of the imagination, community-based clinics and nonprofits, often with the help of local elected officials, have found creative ways to get doses into the arms of the most vulnerable Californians. The question now is whether all of that work to ensure equity will be upended. "We've got a system that's up and running. And so now we want to come in and kind of change the rules of engagement, reinvent the wheel," said Mitchell, who worked with community groups and an alphabet soup of government agencies to open the vaccination site at Jesse Owens Park. That's not helpful. She's not alone in her thinking either. Officials from the reddest to the bluest swaths of California share her concerns. Undoubtedly, Governor Gavin Newsom's new vow to reserve 40% of the doses California receives for the millions of mostly Black and Latino residents of 400 low-income zip codes will help temper that. But there still are many unknowns about our collective future under Blue Shield. Will the insurance giant centralize the state's vaccination distribution network, taking power from counties and perhaps consolidating it so there are fewer providers supplying smaller, community-based sites? Will it put a new focus on standardization, forcing community health providers to use MyTurn whenever possible? Or worse, force them to ditch some of the flexibility they've had to make decisions on the fly, such as not requiring every single piece of state-mandated paperwork when it's clear that someone qualifies for a vaccine as a caretaker? And why is California putting an insurance company in charge of vaccinating millions of people who are uninsured anyway? Adding to the worry is that very few people, from those on the ground distributing doses to those in elected office making policy, seem to have answers.